productive. I'm a product very proactive when I was a student, because one of the things that helped me when I was when I one of the things that helped me throughout my and one of the things that helped me to settle down after school much easily, was because I had a lot of information when it was the end of my academic program in the university, and all those things really helped me when I finished university, because I was already well acquainted with most of the information I needed to be able to just stand out among the crowd of other graduates who are equally seeking to get engaged in the labor market. So you guys are I've done a good job. I was in your shoes. There was nothing like at that time, there was nothing like virtual session like this. And most times we needed to travel to attend a program like this. And I remember in my final year university, I needed to travel all the way from OAU, my campus, to Ibadan, to Lagos, 2 or 3 times just to attend sessions like this, because that was the only way we could. And all those things helped me. So you guys now had a good opportunity for you guys have a good opportunity for you guys to know most of those things, connect with speakers and the facilitators. Without this is not the presentation I want to use. I think I have it. Okay. Okay. Let me use that I have another presentation I can also use, but okay, I think I can use it too. Okay, that's fine. So you guys are doing the right thing as a student already, and I hope that it helps you guys. It stands you guys out among the graduates when you guys begin to maybe look for a job or start your business, whatever you want to do after your academic journey. I've been asked to come and speak on leveraging social media for networking opportunities, as well as academic excellence, and ultimately partner branding. And all these are very, very important because in today's world, we ordinarily, decades ago, interactions were usually in person, like most of the interactions happened face to face. But today, social media is a very, very big part of our daily interactions, our daily engagement. So we cannot wish away the fact that we need to be there, we need to use it, we need to leverage it for virtually all the things we want to achieve. Well, let me just say this in advance, okay? Let me say this in advance. It is not compulsory that you use social media to have great career opportunities, to be academically excellent, and to have a good brand. It's not compulsory to have social media. I need to probably set that. Okay. I need to probably just put doing excellently well in all of these things without even having any presence on social media. Some of them have, even WhatsApp, they just have, so you can still do a lot without being a social media person. So you have to. So if it's not your thing, if it's not like okay, if it's not your thing, it's absolutely okay. Because I have a friend, one of my friends, the best student in my class in university. He works in Shell, one of the best companies to work for in Nigeria. He just got promoted to commercial manager for Shell in Nigeria. The guy is not even on Twitter. LinkedIn is just on LinkedIn just for because he was a professional. He's not on Facebook. WhatsApp status. He does all the WhatsApp groups because he doesn't contribute. The guy just wanted to do his job, and he's doing it excellently. Getting promotion at work. He's doing a great job of all of these things without any social media, any active social media presence. So I need to probably, if your own choice is that I don't want to be active on social media, I don't want to trust me, you can still have an excellent career, you can have an excellent academic, an excellent academic run, and you can still build a good personal brand because you have social media. So people do it, so I need to probably just make that clear. But if you have chosen like some of us that want to be present on social media, you want to be, social media can indeed be powerful tool if you've chosen that is what you want to do, which is absolutely okay. I'm a social media person myself, and that's helped me. A lot of people have also, built some big brands using social media. So it's absolutely okay if you make up your mind that you want to use it, and that's fine too. Because it's a very, very powerful tool for building professional network. Your career can be advanced, and you can excel academically, okay? And be, good brand. If you use this thing strategically, let me tell you some things, okay? Let me tell you some things. The whole Jarus brand today started on the website called Nairaland, okay? On the website called Nairaland. I mean, that was the way, I'm very, very popular in Nigeria today. I call social media channels, Jarus, everybody talks about me. Where did it start? Where did it start? It started in your city. Most of you are in Sokoto now, right? Right?
Yes, most of the students are in Sokoto. Yeah.
Great. Let me tell you my story. That child all of you are hearing today started from when I was serving your campus. In Sokoto City Campus, which is your campus, City Campus. That was where it started. I was serving in 2007, 2008. Okay, I was serving. I was put into NYC. I was serving. I was just 24 years old, going to 25. I was bored. And I was doing a teaching job, and I had to keep myself busy. Apart from my waiting for the exams, okay, let me just go and begin. So I was in cyber cafe, and that's your city campus. City campus. Okay, at that time, I used to go to that cyber cafe to go and read what was happening on the internet, And I joined a website called Nairaland.com in 2007, 18 years ago now. That, as a member of that forum. And I started seeing what other students, what other people were saying, because that was the time we just finished university, we were looking for jobs. And right from there, I was applying for jobs, I was contributing to discussions on education. I like talking about education. Oh, I just made the first class the year after. I was sharing my experience, different, Nairaland has different aspects. There are people talking about, all these people talking about careers, people talking about education, people looking for jobs. I was involved in even sports, football, religion, all those topics. I was involved in it. For the education part, I was sharing my experience. Having just graduated with the first class, few months, a year earlier. What did I do? Why did I study? Oh, what are the things that I was sharing? Because I love sharing a lot. I love sharing a lot. Then job search too. Oh, everyone who is recruiting. Oh, Shell is recruiting. Oh, GT Bank is recruiting. Oh, always all this information we're just sharing it among each other online. Sport. Oh, Africa Cup of Nations 2008. Oh, it's coming. Oh, Nigeria has qualified. Oh, religion. Oh, Islam. All those things we're doing them. And before I knew it, so I started my active presence in 2007, July, while I was serving. Okay. So 2008 when I finished my NYC, I go back to Lagos. I was fortunate. I got a job in PS. I resumed in early 2008. At that time, I had fully transitioned into an early career. So I now had more access to the internet. I was always, sharing my experience in the job market. Now I had gotten a job and I started working. Okay, 2008. I still continue to use that website to share my experience. Like, the KPMG test we did 2 months ago. Oh, go and read this, go and read that. Oh, the PwC test we did last month. Oh, this was this. Go and read this, go and read that. I mean, I started. I never intended anything. I was just doing it because I felt like my own doesn't stop somebody else's. So I was doing all of these things before I knew it. My on Nairaland as the guy that was always sharing information on webs on education, and careers, job hunts, job tests, all the job tests that are done. I was always telling people, go and read this, go and read that. Before I knew it, I was becoming popular. 2010, 2009, I was nominated as one of the top 3 posters on Nairaland by 2009. in terms of the education and career stuff. Okay, so I was sharing all of these things, and before I knew it, by 2013, I had become so popular on Naira land that I said, you know what, I had some issue with the owner of Naira at that time. I said, okay, I was going to open my own blog. I went to open my own blog, jarushub.com. It still exists. That website I recommend it to you guys. You have a lot of over 500 articles on how to transfer to labor market, on how to handle job tests and interviews. All of these are there. I started that website in 2013, but I still continue to use Naira to share my information, everything I wanted to share. Before I knew it, I was becoming so popular. Everybody, what did Jarus say on this thing? People began to trust my opinion, my judgment, everything. By 2015, I decided to register a company. I was working, of course, I was working my normal standard 9 to 5, right? I was already, by 2015, I decided to register a company called Jarus and Jan Limited, which work in the oil and gas industry, and I moved from one to another from that time. But I see all of those things, and but I was using that website to share the information. People were reading the insight I was sharing. I got some of my friends to also be contributing, and before I knew it, I became very popular as the guy that was always sharing information. We also now I got somebody as my partner on that, on that website. Somebody wanted to speak. Somebody has raised up their hand. They wanted to speak. Did you want to speak?
No, sir, you can continue.
Okay. So before I knew it, I was leveraged unintended. I was becoming popular for this career stuff I was sharing and all of those things. All the people that were listening to my information, to this I was sharing, they were applying the tips I was talking about. How to handle job tests, how to handle interviews. Those guys were applying all the tips I was sharing on that website, whether on Nairaland, whether on Jarus Hub. And before I knew it, I had blown and I had become one of the most respected Nigerians authorities on anything that to do with job tests and interviews. So, we now began to introduce some services to it. Okay, if you want to job coaching, job interview, let my company coach you. I had my friend, I was doing it full time. I wasn't doing it full time because I had my own job. Okay, so all these things were going on, and before I knew it, I had become so popular that anywhere I went to, people began to, Jarus, I enjoyed, the tip you shared 10 years ago when I saw it on your website on Ireland was what made me to get a job. The something you spoke, there was this interview question, all those things I was saying, I never knew they were going to, people were gaining them and all of that. So I became, so I was able to build a brand unintended that catered to that needs of people. Okay, so before I knew, so even when by 2022, 2023, when I now retire fully from my standard 9 to 5 job, having become a head of a department in another gas company. When I left, I jumped PwC. When I wanted to apply to PwC, guess what? When I wanted to apply to PwC, because I spent 40 years in the oil and gas industry, but I wanted to join a consulting for PwC in 2023. Okay, because I had become so popular online that and I had met a lot of Tayo Oyedele, that is now the president of President Buhari's, President Tinubu's what's the name? Fiscal committee, tax committee. Exactly, leader. I sent him an email. I told him that okay, I've done a lot of work in oil and gas industry in the tax department, and I want to move to the consult. He was in London. So he knew me because he had known me because he used to see what I used to write online, he used to see all of those things that I used to write. He was very passionate about all these things. So I believe he will be a great guy. So he told me that anytime he told me in 2023 that time that if I came, he was a partner in PwC that time, like like a director in PwC. Okay, so that no problem. I'm in London at the moment. Next weekend I come back to Nigeria, I would let's have the what's the name? Let's have the let me talk to you, and so that we can discuss this idea. And we talked to him. He invited me for a dinner. We spoke. And I think we be equal addition to us in PwC. I did the interview and I got to PwC. So I joined PwC, based on my name. Opened that door for me. This guy, he'll be a good addition to us in PwC. All of these things. So when I left PwC after just 1 year, and I started focusing on my business, which is real estate company, which I had been doing by the side, for 1 year. when I started, because of the brand I had built, because people had trusted me, people had known me, people had known that, oh, this guy, everything he says, he's not known for, for anything. He has a very, very strong brand. Even people that had benefited from the information I used to share on Naira Line and Jarus of 10, 6, 7, 8 years ago, when they were students, when they were just started working. Some of those people later became, because now that I started working in big companies, some of those people became my customers later. They started buying houses for me. Because so this is how I've been able to build that brand. Like going to Cyber Cafe in Sokoto in 2027 to register on the website. I never knew one day would come in which all of these things become, it becomes this big. I was just bored. Oh, okay, let me just be sharing my academic tips now. Oh, I used to read I used to read at night. Oh, I used to tell people, I knew it. I had become so this is how a very, very big, in a way to grow as your career, your business, your profession, all of those things. So let me now start from you guys, academics. You guys are students. So how can you leverage social media for academics? First and foremost, I don't encourage you guys to be heavily involved in social media as students. I don't encourage you guys to be heavily involved in social media as a student, because to be honest with you, except you have that, most times it becomes difficult for you to just get yourself in a lot of things on social media that are not relevant to you guys. And ultimately, it affects your concentration at class. It will affect your time you should be using to read. Time you should be using to read. You are using it to on TikTok and all of this. So I will advise you guys that while still being a student, okay, moderate your use of social media. But what are the things you can do? So if you have to use it, it should still be present, because one of the things social media helps with is that number one, it helps to be current. And as a students that are generally current, students that know what is happening in various fields, they tend to do better at interviews after school. Okay, because you have that knowledge about one of those things. You are following, you know what is happening, because sometimes people that don't use social media, sometimes they don't know what is happening. So having some presence on social media helps you to be able to have some form of broad knowledge, even beyond your feed. Oh, you know what is happening. For example, I'm not a music enthusiast, but I know what is happening in entertainment industry. I know, because even though I don't, actively participate there, but I see people, talking about Davido, talking about all. I know I have some general knowledge of what is happening. And you never can tell. I can be in the they can ask me, oh, which Nigerian artist has won Grammy? Burna Boy. Even though I don't listen to music, I don't do all of those things, but following social media, I knew I'll be able to, I knew that Burna Boy won it. Okay, so that brought, because I saw people discussing it, I saw the, so sometimes some passive knowledge are gained, okay, from just being on social media. And all those things can help you to discuss topics, to talk about broad knowledge and general areas. Okay, so all these things are very, very important. Now, another thing that you have to select the people you follow. Select the content the people you follow. If try as much as possible to follow people that are doing well in your field. Okay, Twitter handles, LinkedIn profiles of people that are doing well in your field. Go and follow them, and you see what they are doing. See what they are doing. So you can pick lessons from them. It's not possible for you to be able to have access to everybody. It's not possible, but at least what they are doing. If you're an accounting student, look at what successful accountants are doing on LinkedIn. Look at what they are tweeting on Twitter. Look at what they are doing in all of those spaces. If your plan is to follow what they are doing, follow them, follow them, look at what they are doing. If you're, follow people that talk about interviews, job tests, business tips, all of those things, all of those things help you to prepare for the labor market, or for even the business life after school. because you never can tell where this knowledge you are gaining passively, where this information you are getting passively will be helpful to you. Okay, so I will encourage you to, if you have to follow social media, make sure you follow those handles, and all of those people. Then also, so as a student, that kind of things you can do as a student. Okay, then the LinkedIn, be close to LinkedIn, look at your feed. People doing well in your feed. If it's biochemistry you are studying, you can just type biochemistry, something on LinkedIn. People that study biochemistry, medicine, at the profile, the trajectory, LinkedIn shows the history of everybody, right? When the first job they did after school, the next job they did, and all those things, they look at their profile, look at how they have been, what they have been doing, so it helps you to also have some idea of what you can also do in your life. You know the next step, the next thing are very, very important to, can help you. Okay, so I will encourage you to do this as students. Okay, follow good and relevant to you, or that is also broad topics like job interviews, careers, and all of those things, and also study the trajectory of people in your feed on LinkedIn. Okay, that kind of things you should do. Next slide. Let's move on. Let's see whether I'm trying to use another slide, but I can use this too. Okay, good. Okay, so where do you start? Where do you start from? No, well, I mean, so so I will advise you not to be, if you want to do LinkedIn, I think everybody, all of us should try to, go to LinkedIn from time to time, especially those of you that want to go into start an 95 job, see what the people in your department that are finished, that have graduated 15 years ago, what are they doing now? The people that have graduated 2-3 years ago, look at what they're doing now, what are they doing now? It motivates you to, like, oh, this person was in my department 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Oh, I can also get there. You understand? Stage, I can also get there. Okay, so LinkedIn, Twitter can also help you too. I mean, if you create what you learn on Twitter, make sure that you also have that. I mean, IG is okay too, but not. You can just look at follow handles that are discussing this kind of business. If you want to go into any kind of business, maybe you want to go into real estate, follow real estate companies, you see what they are doing, you see what the MD is saying, you see the things they are doing, all of those things. But if you really want to go to 95, LinkedIn is the best there. You can also look at accounting on the then don't sleep on Ireland too. People tend to see Ireland as that place where people fight all of it. There's some threats on Ireland. There's some sections of Ireland like job and career, jobs, what's the name? Jobs and all of these things. You see stuff being shared there. You see people applying for jobs, discussing about their experience. All those things that can also help you. Then it is okay for you to just be someone that just reads, that doesn't contribute. That's fine. Okay. But if you choose that you want to be the type, they also want to be sharing content. Okay. Then decide on the content teams you want to be. For example, you guys know me that when you mention Jarus, I talk about career, talk about education, I talk about business because I'm a businessman now. Yeah, I talk about but what people know me more for, okay, are academic excellence. Like I'm always teaching people, I'm always telling people, oh, go and study hard. Oh, try first class. Oh, try to make a 2-1. Apply for this job. Don't let people discourage you from applying. I mean, I've seen this things over and over again. So all these things, so decide on the content you want to be sharing, any feed in which you're talking about it. Trust me, people are watching you and you can be an expert on that thing. Trust me, the guy that I have a company called Photo Consulting, which is the company that is, we use for our own energy information sharing now. I mean, the boy that I employ for that company is a young lawyer. How did I go to know about his knowledge and expertise? I got to know from what he used to. Young guy, I mean, just finished NYC maybe 2 years ago, and he's now, I think he finished it. He finished his what's his name? Law school too. After that, how did I get to know about this guy? I was seeing what he was always speaking about. He was always researching, talking about energy feeds, even though, interviewing like, this guy, even though he was a student at that time, I liked him. So when I needed somebody, let me talk to this guy. I just sent him an email. Oh, this article you published, I liked it. I think he'd be a great guy to work for me. And the guy works for me now. So, the content you create make people to know you. When opportunity comes, they will think of you. Okay? So the personal experience you want to share, if you're a storyteller, tips, any project you have been part of, all those things, keep sharing it, keep talking about it. Trust me, people will know you for something. When people know you for something, you are one of the people that will come to mind if they want to give people business or give people job on that thing. I can even use that thing to, if you write an article, no matter how pedestrian your article is, if you write an article on one subject, if you search it and write and publish the article, you never can tell. That article you can put it on your CV. It's presented. This guy is very, he's planned for him to have the confidence to write the article. Now, so all those things help you to build that community. People, that will know you as the expert. It might not come easily. See my own story. See how I started from 2007, 17 years ago, 18 years ago, when I was serving. I was still doing my normal work, my normal company work, but I was building that brand. People started knowing by 2019, just 2 years after, I was listed as one of the top 3 Andrews on Nairaland in terms of career information. Just within 2 years of doing it. Now 18 years after, if you are talking about, authorities on job and career stuff in Nigeria, maybe I'm number 1 or, if not. So, so it might not start in a day. It starts over time. So share your experience, share your knowledge, all these things help you to do all of it. Then build and engage with your network. Okay, engage genuinely. Let them see that. Don't be the guy you just post and you go away. For you guys that follow me online, you see that I'm always engaging people. Like I contribute to topics. I don't just post and go. I go through the comments, I engage with people, all of these things. I also start conversation, I ask questions. Sometimes I just tweet it, so question that sometimes I even have answer to it. But I wanted to see I wanted to just trigger discussions and conversations around that thing. So other people can also learn. Not because it's not so even me, I may know the answer. But to trigger discussions so that other people can also learn. If you are known as a guy that has been able to build a community of people that that share knowledge and information, all these things are very, very helpful to you. So what are the best practices and common mistakes that you should watch out for? Keep your profile professional. It is okay. You can have some fun to it, but keep your profile professional. Don't just be too playful, because if people say are too playful, they won't even think of you, when some things come up that they need to engage with right content and people. Avoid engaging with people that are generally, people that are known for negativity, because when people see such people too much, they will say that you are afraid. Then while you're all of these things are very important. Right content and people, engage with them, share your knowledge. If you want to share your knowledge, showcase your skills and projects. Whatever you are doing, let people know you are doing it, especially if it's not confidential. Let people know about it so that people can think of you. Like, when people want to buy a house now, people, Jarus sells house, because I talk about it from time to time. Okay, my skills, people know that I enjoy sharing information. You guys have invited me because you have seen my content, you've seen what I do, you've seen that this guy is always talking about education and career and all of those things. So people get to know you, you become an authority, you become people that people pay for to even attend their events. All of these things are ways ways you can build and use your then what I think you avoid. Now, avoid, sometimes it is not totally prohibited for you to engage in controversial opinion. Sometimes if you have an opinion and that opinion is controversial, don't be shy to say it. Okay. But at the same time, always anything you want to post on social, always think about it. How would this thing affect me? Okay. Avoid just getting yourself involved in all topics. If you guys know me that I don't just involve in all topics, so avoid being jack of all trades. Select 4 or 5 areas that you want to be talking about. Occasionally, you can talk about anything. No, it doesn't matter. You can talk about anything. But as short as I can be, I also post stuff like food. I also post picture of food. I post picture of some of those light things. Because life is not just about KPMG and PwC alone, as people used to say. Occasionally, you can also engage in light stuff. Okay, but avoid just being a nuisance. Oh, every topic you put your mouth. Oh, all of those things, avoid it. Okay. I mean, avoid spamming, going to everybody's thread. You guys, because you just started, you are going to under everybody's thread. Kinika patronize me. It presents you as being unserious, and people don't take you seriously. So avoid spamming people's, thread with, and avoid being too self-promotional. Promote other people as well. Don't make it. I mean, don't be narcissistic. If you guys know me, if you guys notice the way I put my content, many times I praise other people too. I don't make my world just about me. Just 1 hour ago, I tweeted happy birthday to one of the biggest footballers in the Nigerian league, CQR. I posted that on Twitter 1 hour ago, because life should not just be about me alone. I promote other people. My friend Michael I talk about him almost every two days. Talk about other people too. So don't make it just about you yourself. Okay, promote other people. Let other people. Don't make it just about you. Okay, I get other people, appreciate other people. Talk about them, promote their work, and all of these things make you, have that, maybe have good, sense of, good things about you. Then, avoid having an operational digital footprint. Like, you just, you are too, you are posting your nude, posting yourself shirtless, and all of those things. Please be careful of all of those things. Then, making it online requires consistency. Like I said, remember, I'm today talking to you guys on careers, right? I started 18 years ago discussing career as a student. So I did not need to become I didn't need to become a big boy before I shared the little information I had. The little information I had in 2007 as a copper, despite the fact that I had just limited experience at that time. The only experience at that time was the experience school and graduating with a first-class degree. That was the experience I had at that time, and I was sharing it. Oh, read your books, so do this, so apply for this job. That was the only thing I had at that, and I was sharing it. Now I can share a lot of experience because so consistency over time. This thing I'm doing today, I've been doing it for 18 years. Land, Facebook. I was always, despite the fact that they threw all manner of things at me, people tried to go on my downfall. People that hated me because of it. People wanted, why is this guy always, why is everybody always, why are people always, like this guy anywhere he goes, anything he does, because people even, some people even accuse me of doing giveaway. They don't give away. I mean, something I've been doing for 18 years. Even when I was a corporate, I didn't have, I didn't have anything. I was saying this. I mean, people were always asking. That night, people were telling me on Ireland, Jarus, what is your opinion on this? Because they know that, everything I say is, it comes from a place of experience, from a place of reason and knowledge. Okay, so let people know you as a person of value. So, if the platform you want, it's not possible for you to be, to be on a platform. For example, me, I started from Ireland. I built this name from Ireland. Later, I was active on Facebook. After Facebook, I moved to Twitter. So that's my primary. So, so you may have active. It's good to have platform. You may have presence across all platforms or most platforms. But me, I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on. I don't do Snapchat. But I'm active. Twitter is my own primary response. If yours is Facebook, that's fine. If it's Facebook, that's fine. If it's LinkedIn, that's fine. Okay, just choose the one that you think you are most convenient with. And you build your authority by it. Okay, so that people know you, and try to use a similar handle over time so that people can know you. Is this guy that you talk about? Talking. So all this is help you to build, personal brand. I've been able to do a personal brand now because people know me that when it comes to career information, when it comes to education, when it comes to academic excellence, my name comes to mind because of all this things I've been doing over time. So if you share valuable content, content consistently, people get to know you and your name comes to mind, engage with your audience. Don't be like a one-man show. Learn from them too. Don't be saying yourself, Mr. No, your niche, my own primary niche are education and career, and I've been able to build it over time. And people think of me when such niches are being discussed. Next, is there another thing? Okay, I mean, as a student, I will advise you to engage in academic conversations around your field. There are some blogs that are dedicated to specific fields. Okay, you can go and be reading that blog. You can subscribe to Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups that discuss all of those things, Reddit, Nairaland, a lot of search for it, your feed, accounting forum, search for it. You see website where people as a student, where people are discussing all of those things. Join them, make contribution. People will know you, and even if people don't know you, at least you'll get benefit from others. Follow top leaders and institutions. There are top leaders on your feed. The people that are experts, for example, if you're an accountant, if you want to be a good accountant or tax person, don't be following Taiwo Daily and what you used to say. Like there are people that are top leaders in your own feed. You can Google them, top leaders, and follow them, see what they are sharing, and all these things help you to be current. Even some professors, they discuss the feed, you follow them on LinkedIn, some of them on LinkedIn. All these things make you be current, and you never can tell. You have to hold conversations on all of these things. And also, as a student, you can learn a lot and leverage. Okay, so all your online presence, define it. Your personal brand is very, very important. I mean, there are one or two mistakes here and there, but trust me, if you are true and concise, and experienced, people will definitely know you for that thing. And before you know it, people know you as the guy that all this will open up a lot of opportunities for you. People know you. You can discuss on various topics, and all of these things help you to offer value. Finally, like I said, it is not compulsory for you to have a strong digital presence. There are people that just their own life is they just want to be an introvert and do their work. That's also fine. It's not compulsory that everybody has that big social media presence, and people still do well in life without having big social media presence. So I need to just make a mention of that. All the best, guys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for your insightful session and the knowledge you have shared with us. We appreciate. I think, sir, are you done? Can we move forward to the question and answer session, or you have?
Yes, please. Yes, I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, so I think we'll go with the publicity secretary, sir, if you're available for the question and answer session.
Once again, thank you very much, sir, for such an eye-opening session. I'm sure all of us has gained one thing or another. You have shown us that social media is just beyond just entertainment. There is a lot of things that we can gain from using social media. And so now we'll go ahead with our question and answer session. Please, if you have any question, kindly type it in the chat box or kindly raise your hand and we'll call on you to unmute your mic and speak. Thank you very much. Okay, we have our own organizing secretary, person of scholar, Muhammad Ibrahim Madawaki. Please unmute yourself and speak.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Muhammad Ibrahim Madawaki.
Good afternoon.
We are very grateful to have you here. Thank you very much. I have been following you for at least some months, have occurred. I have read the testimonies you are getting from people here. I remember one guy saying that you are the best interview coach in Nigeria. Yeah, we can attest that. And helping students getting mentorship access. I can see that students in the university and recent graduates have access of this mentorship stuff, but level students are lacking this. And nowadays, you can see that SS1 students, SS2, SS3 all have access to internet, but we normally left them behind. So in catching them young, I developed the interest of be posting stuff about O-level students, maybe right from my WhatsApp and others. And how can I please go with it? It should be it should
Okay.
of writing.
Okay, thank you. Well done. I mean, I think you are doing a good job of I mean, you are doing a good job of that. I mean, because that's one area in which people tend to just take for granted. The good thing is that many people don't know at that stage. Sometimes things that we do as secondary school students, like when we are 16, 17 years old, some of those things can have effects on our chance in the labor market when we graduate from university. For example, some schools, some of these jobs will tell you minimum of 6 credits in WAEC, minimum of XYZ. But when you are writing WAEC as a student, you didn't know you are going to use that result. You just wanted to pass and get admission in university. You didn't know that when you want to work, after university, maybe like, many years later, you didn't know that that result may actually disqualify you from applying for some jobs. And I mean, imagine a 16-year-old that's applying, that's reading WAEC. So good job you are doing to guide them from that stage so that they will not make mistakes from that stage that would affect them years later, when they now begin to, when they now begin to start for jobs. Some people will tell you, some schools will accept two combination of results, okay, and you get admission. But some jobs will not accept. So imagine combination of results to use. Now, after you have graduated with 24, 25 years old, there are now some jobs that will come and, and you're not able to apply because they said minimum of 5 credits or 6 credits in one sitting. And at that time you were writing your own wife, you didn't know somebody was going to request for that. So good job you are doing 1 month by guiding them, mentoring and that so that they can know that some of those things they are doing now may have impact on their employability much later in life. So good job. So I think I would advise, it's a little bit difficult for to have most of them because how many of them have phones, some of them have WhatsApp, data, and all of those things. But I mean, I would say WhatsApp is possibly it becomes a little bit difficult because most of them may not be able to afford data. Most of them are still using their parents' phone. Most of the ones that have phone and all of that. But I mean, I think I can always think of WhatsApp as the maybe the medium of catching them young and getting them together. But the challenge is, I mean, none of them have WhatsApp. Many of them are on Facebook too. Maybe they are using Facebook too, but I think I know it's going to be a little bit tight to achieve that. Unlike we that we target and people that are more mature now, they have smartphones. You focusing on students. If it's not physical, like you are going to that school to talk to them, you are having some things, avenue to meet physically, out of those things. If you want to use a digital platform, maybe WhatsApp is what I can think of, or Facebook. I mean, that's what I can think of.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We have Scholar Jubril Ahmad. Kindly unmute yourself and speak, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for the wonderful session. We are really grateful. I'm also a beneficiary of your initiative. I'm an alumnus of this group. Scholar, our perennial inconvenience really high to me, which I read, especially the interview section. And I had the opportunity of applying for a job. And I using the strategies and tactics. I use the interview, and currently I'm working with the top government officials. And alhamdulillah, I'm handsomely being innovated. So that aside, I have a question, and my question is, for someone who is intending to study abroad, but based on some information available to me, that it is at times advisable to have a couple of years of work experience before proceeding there, because still after your PG program, especially for certain courses, like I read economics, I also studied economics, and I usually get first class honors as well. So you might also need to work perhaps after your MSc or PhD. So what advice can you give? Should the person just proceed overseas for the postgraduate program, or stay behind, or work and have years of work
Okay.
experience before furthering? That's the question, sir.
Okay. So I mean, some jobs have age. They have age. I mean, so for many jobs, even if you have masters and you have any experience, you are still entry level. Okay, you are still considered as entry level. So if you graduate at 22, so you can go for your masters immediately after school or after NYSC and all of that. Because even after your MSc, you will still be counted as a, still be, which are, most of them use a cap of 28 years, some use 26, 28, some of them use those age. So you see within, so if you know that you graduate early and you know that when you finish that program, you are coming back to Nigeria, you still want to apply, and you can decide to defy, you can decide to just go return as, because that one is there, because some international organizations actually require masters these days, especially all those international organizations, UN. I mean, some of those, they actually require master for some of those roles. Okay, ECOWAS, AFDB, and all of those guys, especially in our field of economics in particular, so they sometimes require masters. So if you graduate early, maybe below 22, and you plan, you can go and come back, and because, but if you know you graduate late, and you're already like 26, 27 by the time you graduate, and 25, 26, 27 by the time you graduate, because I will advise that you start to search for a job before you go, work for some years before you now do your masters. And because if you go and do your masters about 2 years, something, when you're back, you may have crossed the age requirement for entry level. And if you have crossed the age requirement, because you don't have experience, they won't give you experience higher jobs. And at the same time, you are not qualified. They are screening you out based on age for entry level jobs. So because your masters will still make you entry level if you don't have any experience. Okay, so you are still entry level. So if you graduate early, maybe below 22, you may consider it. Or if you graduate, but if you graduate after 25, I say I would just get some experience before you go for your masters. Okay, and all those things can count, for you when you decide to go back to the labor market after all of those things. Okay, that's my advice for you. But if you see some, some opportunities that are very, 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 very like high level opportunities, for example, a tier 1 school in the US, scholarship in Harvard, scholarship in MIT, scholarship in Stanford. That one, I mean, because you know that for sure, if you finish from those ones, you are clearly going to get job, even if in the US or wherever, all over the world. If you see that kind of top level, maybe top 20 schools in the world, if that's what is opportunity, that one, you have to go for that one, irrespective of your age, those ones, but not normal master in UK, normal masters in, that one, I will advise you delay it if you graduate, late. But if you graduate early, no problem. That's the advice I can have for you. But everybody, I will advise you guys to get masters at some point, because there are some opportunities you may see later that they will require masters, except people that are in professional fields, maybe accounting, all of those ones. But if you are in economics and all of those things, masters is like first degree, even in many sciences. Okay, so I've helped you get masters. You can get them in your 30s. You can get them, when you're working. You can just do them. You can even be all these, highly recommended distance learning programs. But try to get a good masters at some point in your career. Thank you. Next person.
Okay, sir. We have some questions in the chat box. I'll read them out for you to answer. We have from Scholar Lukman Adediran. He said, "Good afternoon, sir. How have you been able to handle negative feedback or criticism on your social media?
I mean, it doesn't affect me. I mean, if you criticize me, I mean, you can't be popular like me and not have criticism. So it's part of life. It doesn't get to me. I mean, once I close my phone, once I drop my phone, I don't know what's happening again. So why would I bother about what anybody say? I mean, this is my phone. I mean, once I drop it, I don't know anybody's existence again. So why would I be bothered about what anybody say? Yes, but at the same time, if it's about a lot of people will criticize. I mean, to be honest, it's one of the downsides of being out there on social media is that a lot of people will. I've been doing social media for 18 years. I mean, I told you I started in 2007 when I was even using Cyber Cafe when I didn't even have a smartphone 18 years ago. I mean, when I was starting. So, and I'm still doing it now. So, I mean, I've seen a whole lot of stuff from positive to negative, and I think I prefer to focus on the positives. I mean, I don't have time. If you throw stone at every dog, backing on your way, and you're going to get to where you are. Just as much about to have your own clear conscience and try to see people. I virtually everywhere I enter Nigeria today, I see people that say, "Oh, Jarus, it's your team that helped me." Blah blah blah. I can hardly walk anywhere in Nigeria today. If I'm at the airport, people come and, "Oh, Jarus, what you did 10 years ago. I read your tweet. I read your social media. I read your Naira post. I read your blog." And I am now working in NPC, I'm now working in Shell, I'm now working on all of those. I mean, that's enough for me. Why would I bother, on somebody that decides to just focus on the negative? So that's my own approach to life. Thank you.
Okay, so we also have our pioneer convener. His hand is raised. So kindly unmute yourself and speak, sir.
Yeah, I want to sincerely thank the facilitator. Thank you very much for gracing this invitation. And I just wanted to put some things out there. I don't know who actually made the comment earlier that if you allow Jarus fans, to come here, maybe you share this meeting link, outside of where it is supposed to. This meeting will not contain us. Jarus fans will even outshadow maybe the members of the University Scholars Forum in Spanafo University. So it is even okay that the USF that has member of maybe let's say approximately 400 or of undergraduate students. And let me also put it to the facilitators that the members of this forum are actually students in UDUs that have like minimum CGP of like 4.0. That is what qualifies them to even be a member of the forum. That was the idea behind the initiative when we founded it I think 4 or 5 years ago. And I will also say that I am a beneficiary of Jarus' benevolence and excellence. And you might know, you might have forgotten because he passed. Every day he discusses with people and all of that. But I just want to say something that I know that some people also, it's actually the convener, Scholar Fatima, that said data is expensive nowadays, and that people are being conscious of what they use their data on and all of that. But given everything, I want to tell everyone on this call this afternoon that you might have seen Jarus maybe as a fascinating speaker, he talks excellently, he talks passionately and all of that. But I can tell you that is maybe one of his weakness. You understand? When you read what he writes, this is somebody that didn't study English, he didn't study art, he's not from humanities, you understand? But when you read, whenever he writes, you understand? There is no, even if I don't know, God has the power of soul for dead person, but even if you are dead, if you are a good and real person, your conscience will wake up when you read, whenever he writes. And in clear terms, having observed him from afar, I know that he is a very humble person and also very shy, even though this is not known to so many people, but just mere observation, you understand. And now let me tell you this. When I was also serving in Nigeria, I participated in the Big Four training that he usually does, maybe he had forgotten with Mr. I've forgotten the name of his partner, now, even though I still have his contact. But before leaving Nigeria, maybe he's not also aware, I left Nigeria some 8 months ago to commence my master's program on scholarship. And before leaving, I think about 3 days to leave, I ensured that I got this book in Lagos. I served in Lagos, and I got these 2 books. Out of the journey to Victoria Island, and also this. And I can tell you that if anybody, I usually place it on my study area there, and if anybody enters my room, like my friend from Zambia, from Kenya, when they come to my room and they say, "Oh, how to network? Oh, let me go and read this book." This is, I cannot thank you enough for the inspiration that you continue to give young people. Out of no time, during Ramadan, family expectation, you have your business lines, you still take out of your no time, out of your busy schedule to come and meet, average to. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for everything. That is just, the little comment that. So, and again, if you have the money, maybe when you are serving, you can also buy this book. A matter of
I'm getting. I will send a copy of like a book, soft copy to everybody. Okay, everybody you get to have a free copy of your.
Amazing.
After the talk like a plan, we go to be. I will send it to your leadership, the current school. They can share it among all members. Okay.
Yeah, that is very brilliant. So
I'm telling you. I think
you will buy it. This book you will buy it for about 4,000 to 5,000 naira, and you are getting it for free now. But
you send them free for. You send it to your school, and they will share it among all members, all members. So that's fine. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks so much for that wonderful, comment. I get that almost every day, so it's not. I started learning from which I don't see people say that, oh, I benefited from that. That's what matters to me, for example, because my own life is that it doesn't, your own. I think I remember you. I remember a session we had, maybe 2 years ago or something. I think I remember your name now, and but. That's my own life. It doesn't really stop anybody from it. A land does not get in by lighting others. You yourself, you become successful, people around you, other people around you, pass it on. That's how life should be. I don't see life as. I've had people that I've mentored, I've talked to like this, and they're now doing better than I have people in World Bank, in Ecuador and Washington, young man that was. So for me, that's my own part of my own little contribution to humanity. Thank you for the kind words. I think we can proceed. Thank you.
All right, sir. We have another question in the chat box here from scholar Shibu Timo Abdulatif. He said, "Thank you so much for the session, sir. The various social media platform looks very saturated now. There are a whole lot of big names out there already in our niche. While we may want to compete with them, but rather look up to them, sometimes we get discouraged and feel unseen. What motivation would you give to us to stay consistent and not feel unseen due to the presence of bigger names in the niche we are trying to fit in, sir?"
Focus on LinkedIn. If you're in that industry, just focus on LinkedIn. LinkedIn does not require YouTube, but just focus on LinkedIn. If you want to be a 9 to 5 person and you find yourself, just focus on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, where your own start, where somebody else's, end. So just focus on LinkedIn, reading people's profile, engaging them, seeing their success, getting motivation in it, and all of those things. So I think you just focus on LinkedIn, find that kind of situation. Okay. It's where your own starts. I told my own journey, and perhaps Nigeria's number one career, and job person in Nigeria. I didn't start with that. I started 18 years ago. So it's not and all of that. Just focus on LinkedIn, and you ought to find yourself in that room where you can also offer your opinion on issues, you understand matters. That feeling of self-achievement is enough for you. Okay? That's my advice.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Scholar Muhammad Kulu Musa. Sorry, I don't know if I pronounced your name right. Please unmute yourself and speak.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank you, sir, for this wonderful enlightenment and guidance, and as well as your generosity. May Allah reward you abundantly. So my question is that medical profession, MBBS or pharmacy or optometry that has finished undergraduate and wish to proceed his career and secure a job overseas, what country or what guide to his path and to achieve his aim, particularly like veterinary medicine or MBBS? What country of interest do you think he can focus and at least be able to secure a job or admission to further masters and make life better? Thank you, sir.
All these countries, admissions, all of those things are not areas of my expertise. So I would advise you seek the opinion of people that are in that field. It's not, I don't know about that.
I think I can address it when you are done with other questions. So,
All right.
Rahimat want to go ahead. Rahimat Okoyemi, our hands has been up for a while.
Yes, sir. Rahima Tokwemi, kindly unmute yourself.
All right, thank you. First of all, I want to sincerely appreciate our speaker for the insightful session. Thank you so much, sir. You really break them down so well. So my question is, you mentioned about meaningfully engaging on social media. Sometimes it can really be challenging to start out, and sometimes you might feel you are desperate for attention. So I want to ask you, how do you recommend starting meaningful conversations on social media that really attract the right audience?
I think I would say that interesting topics. Some interesting topics that would definitely. For that, I would say avoid controversial topics. It can be something, train yourself to be able to have some unique insights or angles to things. Okay, so let's say you are reading a book, or you come across an article, or you are watching a TV session or something, and you see something like an insight just comes to your mind. Okay, you can just tweet about it or make a social media post about it, and people tend to engage. I know that because when you start and you don't have many followers, people, it might be a little bit boring. But trust me, once people see that you have that insightful contribution to stuff, you trigger discussions, meaningful discussions, people tend to gravitate towards you. So I would say that you should navigate, you should try as much as possible to, just train your mind, your brain to be able to pick insightful angles from every issue, daily issues you come across. Okay, and talk about it. You can ask in the form of question. You can put in the form of question. You can put in the form of insight. You can write your experience and what you think about it. All these things tend to attract people to you, attract the quality people to you. You start meaningful conversation. People, tend to engage you, and before you know it, people know you as somebody that, that starts conversations on things that are that meaningful. So train your mind to see some uniqueness or something that unique or some special angles to virtually every situation you come across, whether while watching TV, while reading, it can even be while reading your school notes, it can even be just something, you are an economic student, you are reading, you are seeing something about maybe what the Canadian system is said is, I think this is, I think I disagree. It's quite interesting that what's happening in the Nigerian economy today, really fits into what and also person talked about many years ago. What are your thoughts? Like, why reading your notes, you can come across something. So it's ability to throw some unique or insightful angles to situations and that can start you out in starting meaningful conversations online. That's my own experience, and that's what I can tell you.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. I don't. There are no. We no longer have any. Okay, okay. We have scholar Tawhid Abdegani. Kindly unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. I want to ask, for someone that is aspiring to build a brand, I'm more interested in creating content related to health-related content. Please, based on your own personal experience, so which platform can you recommend for such type of person, please? Thank you, sir.
I would say, this guy, Apoko Doctor, studied Apoko Doctor. Apoko Doctor has, Apoko Doctor has dominated he's one of the big guys, but I see a lot of spaces. There are pharmacies in that feed. But generally, I think Twitter, LinkedIn are the platforms I recommend. You can Instagram too can help. Like you can just find something unique that others are not doing. It can just be maybe fact of the day, fact of the day, or something that others are not doing, and be consistent with it. People share it from time to time, and you get known for it. So Instagram you can even decide to use TikTok. I'm not a TikTok, but you can decide to use TikTok. Oh, it's content. So I can't say any platform can work for you, but Twitter, people can do Twitter, you go far. Instagram or even TikTok, it might just be just talk about something that is any topic you talk about, break it down simple, can go far. So those are the top platforms I can see I would recommend, but I can't see one in particular.
All right, sir. I also have a question, sir. You speaking about controversial opinions and being mindful of our online engagements and how they affect us. What is your opinion on the use of maybe burner accounts in voicing out such controversial opinions, sir?
Why do you want to say something you cannot say to your face? To what extent? So how will it doesn't contribute anything to your personal brand? What is your gain in using it? I mean, whatever you cannot say your own name, why say it? I mean, it's not. I don't recommend it. What do you want to say that is like? I mean, people should focus on things that are more relevant, that can advance your own personal brand, and things that can, why do you want to go and use Ghana point? Whatever you cannot say in your, and whatever you think will add negative to your brand, stay away from it. It's not compulsory that you offer that opinion. Or whatever you cannot say to your own name, don't say it. That's my advice. Thank you.
All right.
Very much, sir. I think with this we can have Regina, sir, for your comment.
Yeah, I don't know, but I would not want us to take Sir Jarus' time, so we can just release him. And
you have to leave by 4. Yeah, you have to leave by 4, Max.
Okay. So regarding your question on medicine, what do you call it again? Veterinary medicine. I think number one, you must ensure that in your undergraduate you have good academic excellence in your transcripts, so that you are able to. I mean, the best spot that's a soft landing spot for you from transiting from Nigeria to any country of your destination is to ensure that you have something to speak for you when you're not there, and that is your excellence on the academic transcript. Ensure that you have a good transcript to speak for you when you make application, and also apply for scholarship opportunities. I mean, even from UDUS, you know someone like Dr. Hamed Sadiq Ayubani, the 2019 overall graduating student from Faculty of Veterinary Medicine. He won Erasmus Mundus scholarship in 2021, and after that, he proceeded for his PhD in Ireland right now, and he's currently doing fine there. This is someone that studied veterinary medicine, you know, and out of 7 faculty prizes, he won 6, except that one from avian medicine that someone from KB in his class actually won, you know. And in fact, I mean, this is someone that studied veterinary. At the end of his 600 level, he had a CGPA 4.89. There's no how you will have something like this and you apply for scholarships, you know. Okay, now let me tell you this. In fact, when at the end of the convocation, I met him the next day, and when we actually had our discussion, then I used to be a campus journalist in UDUS, so I wanted to interview him and stuff like that. So we finished the interview, and if you could recall, that was when we had Professor Bilbis as the new VC. Then, so he was even, you know, telling me that how can he get a graduate teaching assistant position in his faculty and all of that, because he knows that I am very close to top university management, even when I was a student on campus there. So I told him that, sir, you are an international stuff, so stop limiting yourself to all these opportunities in UDUS. Like, how much they want to pay you, even if it is UI that is giving you an appointment, you can win scholarships and you would make a good stuff for yourself. And that was the first time he even came across like something like scholarship. I mean, I was a student then, I myself inspired someone that has graduated as best student in his class, doesn't know anything about scholarships, and I gave him links to people that are also my own mentors, you understand, that are there already, that have done this stuff. And that is what we actually call reverse mentorship, you know. And I gave him my best input, and before you know it, in the space of 18 months, I think he went to apply in Ondo State to go and serve there. And in the space of 18 months, he won Erasmus Mundus scholarship. He finished it, came to Nigeria to come and marry. His wife, fortunately, was also an Erasmus Mundus scholar. So both of them met in Europe. And then, no, I think before they even left Nigeria, they came back to Nigeria to marry. And so if you want to leave, Nigeria, you have to know your stuff very well. Anywhere outside Nigeria, you know, it's Nigeria, you practice all this tribalism, ethnicity. Outside Nigeria, what will speak for you where no one, your father lineage, your mother lineage will not speak for you, is your excellence. If you want to go to Saudi Arabia, know your stuff very well. If you want to go to the United States, have good on, you know, in medicine, you people always have pass or fail, or stuff like you don't make sure that your pass is not ordinary pass, it's not 50 pass or just pass mark. Your pass should, and even in medicine, among yourself, you also know that because I have friends in medicine, in veterinary, there's no faculty that I don't have friends when I was an undergraduate. And you among yourself also know that this person is brilliant than I am. And you actually know those who know this stuff among you. I mean, there are people that will pass based on 50, 55 pass mark. And there are also some amongst you students that will pass with 90, 95. The two of you cannot apply, you know, to the same thing. So ensure that you are a competitive student before you put yourself out there, and make sure that you apply. I mean, if you don't apply, you can never win. If you don't apply for a job, nobody will call you for an interview, talk less of getting the job. If you don't apply for scholarship, nobody will award you the scholarship. So ensure that you apply and keep yourself up to date with latest information. You know, there's nothing you actually want to do that somebody before you have never done before. I think that's the beauty part of life, and there's even a verse of the Quran corroborates it. So I don't know. That's my best advice for you.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm very grateful.
Thank you for that input. And then with this, we can have the closing remark by the co-convener. Please make it as swift as possible.
All right. Good afternoon. A special thank you to our esteemed speaker for sharing his knowledge and to the organizing team for making this webinar a success. So, as we come to the end of today's insightful section, so I want to sincerely appreciate every one of us for being part of this discussion. We have explored the power of social media and personal growth, academic excellence, and networking. So I believe we all have, we are all living with valuable and insightful takeaway. So, however, it is very essential to remind you all that learning doesn't stop here. So effective learning is the one we learn and put into practice. So please let us put what we have gained into action and continue to use social media as a tool for growth and meaningful connection. So let us stay away from distraction, because it is widely believed that today 70% of students are using social media as a distraction rather than as a choose. So let us be mindful of how we use our social media. So once again, thank you for your time and participation. I look forward to seeing you all in our future section. So stay inspired, stay connected, and
Okay, thank you everyone.